because, you know, outside is slightly opening up. I don't know how much I'll be participating in these outside activities, but you know, you want to come with the looks. Hey, what up? It is your girl MD and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head out. Okay, so someone recently left a comment about how to do heat styles without getting heat damage. And as far as temperature, what degree should you stay under? And I thought it was an interesting topic because I don't know about other people online, but I know I always just tell you guys, oh, use heat protectant and you'll be fine. But I never really go into detail about it. When I apply heat, I never fear heat damage, and I know a lot of people do. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind that my curls might not bounce back after flat iron. You shouldn't fear heat damage either if you're properly applying heat protectant and properly using your heat tool. But I'm going to go into detail about what I do and why I do it that way, and hopefully you leave this video more confident and comfortable using heat, obviously in moderation. Okay, so what exactly is heat damage? It's when heat of any form is applied to the hair on too high of a setting. The hair shaft is damaged and it will no longer hold its original form. Heat damage can make your hair look dull, dry, thin, and even rough and brittle. That can lead to increased hair breakage as well as your ends being split and damaged. This is a really simple topic, but a lot of times, like, you just don't know. Someone can just be like, oh, just apply the heat protectant, but how do I apply the heat protectant? How do I know I have enough heat protectant? So if you rinse your hair in cool water after shampoo and conditioning, this is going to help seal your cuticles and not let them be as exposed when applying heat. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's a blow dryer, a flat iron, or curling wand. If heat is coming out of that tool, you need to use heat protectant. So before blow drying my hair, I like to use a blow dryer protection cream instead of a spray. I just feel like the application is a lot better. Like, I'm able to get better coverage and I know where it's applied. I know that I'm not missing any areas. Especially because I'm blow drying in larger sections. In my opinion, the cream just works out better, especially for me. The one that I have been using for a few years that I love, of course, is discontinued, but I have like a good amount in my stock, so hopefully it will last me a bit longer. It is Flawless by Gabrielle Union. It was from her first line release. I know that these brands also have blow dryer creams and I would recommend checking them out. I can't personally give you any feedback on them because I have never used them before, but they are brands that I like and trust, so that I know create quality products. So section by section, from root to tip, I apply the cream like I would a styling cream, and then I just blow dry from there. When using the blow dryer, you want to make sure that you're not putting it directly on your hair. I used to do this all the time back in the day when I didn't know better. If you don't have the attachment that came with the dryer, buy one. You want it a few inches away from the surface of your hair, but if you're using the attachment on the end of your dryer, that should give you a good enough distance and you should be good to go. You definitely don't want to use a naked blow dryer, and when I mean naked, I mean it doesn't have the attachment, so it's just the blow dryer itself on your hair, because that will damage your hair. Before you blow dry your hair, let your hair air dry some. This way you won't have to apply as much heat, and less heat means less risk of damage. Typically let my hair dry about 70% of the way. I'll wrap it up in a towel or a t-shirt for a little while, and that usually gets the job done. I still like my hair a little bit wet, but not soaking wet. Maybe next you want to flat iron your hair or use some type of curlers. My curler of choice is a curling wand. I'm typically doing my hair in very small sections at this point, and that is when I am using a spray protectant. From root to tip, I'm going to take my spray and spray it about 3 or 4 times, and then I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to run my hand through that section just to make sure it's nicely and evenly dispersed. Then I go in with my flat iron, my curling wand, or whatever tool I'm using at the moment. Right now I am using this heat protectant by Tresemme. There's honestly nothing too special or over the top about it. It's just convenient and I've just been using it for years. It works, so I just haven't switched it up. But my all-time favorite is the heat protectant, and I like to pair it with the flat iron oil. Honestly, I love it. I love how my hair comes out when I use it. My hair honestly looks the best when I use both of them together, but of course they don't sell it in the store anymore, which I don't know why, and it's so annoying. Like, if you're going to do that, can you at least warn us? Like, send out an email. Like, I could randomly find it on Amazon, and it's overpriced on Amazon too, and so I don't really know. I just tried to look it up online earlier, and some random website was selling it for like $180, and it's honestly the small little bottle that you can buy in the drugstore for like $5. Like, why? So when I did use those two products together, I just sprayed the flat iron spray, and then I would go in with a little tiny bit of oil in that one section, and then I would go in with the flat iron. I don't know how other people do it, but I know for me, the key to not getting heat damage is just doing it section by section. Like, if I was flat ironing my hair right now, I would not spray all the protectant just in this section of hair and then go in with the flat iron. I would go in like If I'm flat ironing this tiny piece, I would spray this tiny piece and then I would go on the flat iron, or I'd go in with my curling one. Like, I'm not going to spray a large amount of hair and then hope that it hit every little nook and cranny. Like, you want to make sure that you're being meticulous because this is your hair and you want the curls to come back. So make sure that you're going section by section and making sure that that piece of hair is protected before you're putting heat on. Heat protectant contains silicone and keratin ingredient. They can help seal your hair cuticle and make it more resistant to heat. That's why it's so important that you do not skip your heat protectant. I'm not gonna lie, I crank up the heat to the 400s on my flat iron. I crank up the heat on my curling one, but I also have very thick hair, so I feel like it can tolerate higher heat compared to someone that might have more fine hair. I also probably do 2 to 3 passes with my flat iron. If you're still trying to figure out what your hair can and can't tolerate, I would definitely recommend doing 1 pass and be done. So as far as temperature, I would start off in the low 300s to 350. If you have fine hair, I would start even lower than that. So maybe even like 200 to 300. Starting low is always going to be better. If you're still trying to figure out what your hair can and can't tolerate, I would definitely recommend doing 1 pass and be done. Even though I know everyone was like, oh, just do 1 pass, but I know typically people do not do 1 pass. But if you are just getting comfortable with heat, do 1 pass. All in all, only you know what your hair can and can't tolerate. And if you're one of those people still trying to figure it out, that's okay too. And the more you learn about your hair, the more you'll be able to answer those questions and figure it out. Just because you use heat protectant, you still need to use heat in moderation. Once you flat iron that hair, don't go back in with the heat the next day or the next week. Apply the heat and be done. Really is as simple as that. I hope that this leaves you more confident. If you have any questions, definitely leave them down below. Thanks so much for watching, and like always, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.